Chapter 168, In this troop you will earn a lot of money. I found out that there were about 10,000 people who lived on this street and many were waiting to be tested. Today was a sunny day and I could see the clear blue sky. The white snow on the field was glowing because of sunshine. There were about 100 men who were dressed poorly. I pretended as if I was a young man fighting for my country and joined them. Hey guys, have you heard about that? We can be promoted to captain in only 3 days. So I've quit my job and came here. Wow, they say we can earn thousands of coins per month. I've sold my farmlands too. And even though we don't have any experience, we can be promoted rapidly. Then I can mortgage my wife out. These middle-aged men who were full of muscle were talking about this job excitedly. They looked like some people doing an excellent job who were filled with dreams and hope. Welcome, everyone. You are all brave fighters of Oriana. Oriana. This gigantic man, who looked like a pig, dressed as an upstart did. He smiled suspiciously, and then he said, I'm Tulpicano and I'm glad to see you all here. Let me welcome you to our Royalists faction and then we will test your abilities. We do this so that you can show us your talent perfectly for your job. Then there was a team of ugly soldiers behind him. They didn't look like soldiers in a regular army. Hey, Tulpicano. I'm Quinton and I worked as a mercenary before. So I wanted to ask you, are you all a regular army? That was good. That guy Quinton looked like a vicious professional wrestler and he asked a question which a lot of people wanted to know. But I guess I had seen him before. This is a good question. But don't worry. It's an honorable noble who asked me to raise the troops. Here, this is the conscription order. Tulpicano gave him the conscription order and Quinton read it carefully. Oh, he really is an honorable noble and the seal is true. I believe that if we work for Tulpicano, we will earn a lot of money. Quinton said loudly, but he didn't show them the conscription order. Then he gave it back to Tulpicano. Woo, it's true. But Quentin, who had experienced war, has told us, so there's no problem. Maybe it's real. Real. Fight. I said that selling my farmland was a good decision. Yeah. I can redeem my wife. They started cheering loudly. Hoo-hoo, I got it. This is to prove that the monthly income is not a lie. Having a dream is not a bad thing. Then let us start the test. It's my pleasure to invite Goldo Kinmeki-sama, who is the son of an honorable noble, to be our chief examiner for the test. Welcome to our test. Everyone cheered loudly. Goldo Kinmeki-sama wore a suit of golden armor, and looked handsome just by standing there. But I thought that that's just an illusion. Wow, his armor is made from gold. Who's that guy? Ho dash, how would I know? But you can feel a noble aura coming off from him. I think we can earn a lot of money if we become his follower. I'm dash, impossible, is he connected to the royal family? Good times for us are coming, I'm going to become rich, even though I'm fourth child of a poor peasant's family. Goldo Kinmeki-sama was a real noble. He must be. Now, my name is Goldo Kinmeki. And just as you think, I'm going to be your examiner. We are going to test you one by one. You will be fighting with me using your specialties. First, what was it? Ah, yes. Quentin, was it? We start from me. I can tell just by looking at you that you're quite strong, aren't you? Thank you, you also look quite strong. Both of them drew their swords, and took a stance that looked theatrical. Looks like both of them are magic swordsmen. And then, both of them attacked each other in a flashy manner. It looked like an action movie, too much useless and flashy movement, but for me it looked just like a play. If you were to add sound effects, it would be something like kinkinkin, doka, bakey, tayudan, or so. Whoa. Amazing. Cool. Everyone started cheering as hard as they could. I know that they should be capable of doing something like this, but it's just flashy. It doesn't seem like they are serious about it. No, it's alright, I'm a mob and the mob are not capable of detecting something like that. Their swords and magic collided, creating a flashy explosion that threw the snow around them. After that, both of them put their swords down. Quentin, you are just as strong as I thought you are. You too. Okay. I'm gonna put Quentin in charge of the newcomers. Does anyone have any objections? Objections? Nobody seemed to have any objections. Although there were some other magic swordsmen, but it didn't look like there was one capable of beating Quentin. That's okay, I just have to act like a mob character and flatter him later. Quentin, as of now, you are in charge of new team of newcomers, which means you are a captain. Are you kidding me? He became a captain in just one day. Goldo and Quentin were acting like in a play. Yes. This troop will reward you in proportion to your worth. If you are talented, you will be rewarded. Wow. That means not only me, but other people have a chance, right? Certainly. If you work hard for your captain, you'll have an equal chance of promotion. Promotion? Wow. I'm gonna get promoted and earn tons of money. Come on. Attempt the test. There are still 2 captain slots free. Ah. After watching their play, everyone became excited. Then they started to test everyone. Chapter 169, The Dream of Two Men. In the tent, that was brightly lit because of lamps, Goldo Kinmeki was drinking by himself. The test was over, and the sun was already sinking. On the outside, the party for the newcomers was held, even though they didn't know it could be their last meal. It tastes good. Goldo Kinmeki drank the amber-colored wine and sighed. What he was drinking now was the famous wine which was called whiskey. Mitsugoshi Company, who produced the wine, had prepared a lot to create whiskey, whilst being under Great Commerce Association's protection. People started talking about this wine long before Mitsugoshi Company started to sell it. And Goldo, who had some insight, was also interested in it. But Goldo was a slave, so he couldn't possibly be able to buy such expensive wine by himself. When Goldo nearly gave up, his master Tulpicano spent his own money to acquire it. When he tried to drink it, he instantly spit it out, because the wine was just too strong for him. Therefore Goldo managed to get it, by a stroke of luck. Goldo disliked Tulpicano, but he still thought about praising him because of the wine. This wine was sold by people 10 times the list price. Goldo firmly believed that bald upstart didn't even know the truth. Goldo was drinking, when he picked up a resume. A young man's experience was written on it. Sid Kajanu came from Midgar. Goldo had fought against him earlier during the test. He guessed that he had already met him before. The test finished quickly. Goldo defeated Sid easily, who was so scared that he just stood there. When Goldo punched him, he rolled down. Then they stopped. There was no need to pay any attention to him. Sid was just an ordinary kid. But Goldo thought there was something strange about him. He was good at seeing through the strength of his opponent. Only once before had he met an opponent that he couldn't see through. I remembered him. What are you thinking about? His friend Quinton entered the tent and asked him. Party is over. No, party is not over, but I don't want to remember them, because they will all die tomorrow. They both looked gloomy. So, what are you thinking about? I am thinking about him, this young man. Goldo gave him Sid's resume. Sid Kajanu, why are you thinking about him? I fought with him in the test during the day, I think I have seen him. What kind of guy is he? He is a black-eyed ordinary kid with dark hair. The battle ended in an instant. Is that the guy who fell overwhelmed flashily? Yes, did you remember him? Him. Oh. He was just flattering me at the party. I seem to remember him, but not really. What do you think about this guy called Sid? It's just a feeling. I feel like I fought someone like him already. I tried to think about it, and suddenly remembered it. When I thought him, it felt like I was fighting with Jimenez. Quentin's look suddenly sharpened. He was the only person I couldn't see through before. I still remember that day. The day when the Shorewing Golden Dragon was defeated for the first time. Goldo shook his head. But it should be just an illusion. It's impossible for another guy like Jimina to be out there. And I only looked at him for a brief moment. Well, you are right. How could Jimina appear in this place? He is really unique. I still remember my defeat from that day. Just because we lost to that guy, our destiny was destroyed. I didn't agree with him. I don't want to admit defeat. If I don't knock down the guy, I can't take a step forward. I feel the same, but it's said that Jimina is actually the shadow. It seems to be right. You can't defeat Shadow. Yes, I can't. Shadow can defeat both of Beatrix and Iris. Even though they did not witness the battle directly, they knew they couldn't possibly defeat the Shadow. Life is really hard. Yeah. They sighed together. So, how's the plan going? Goldo asked him. The total number of newcomers is about 100. The number of guys we can probably use is 5. When they finished our plan, I will arrange them to become slaves. What about the rest? The rest can't work. They will be abandoned as expected. The plan has not changed, right? Yes. Tulpicano is going to rebel. Risk is high, but if he isn't lying, the rebellion have some value. If we succeed, we will become freemen again. We are going to attack the Lord who betrayed the royalists tonight. Yeah. The Lord's name is the Count of Rajda. It seems that Rajda took tons of treasures when he betrayed the royalists. Royalists. Although the royalists want to get back the treasures, they are quite far from the capital. It will take them a while. Time is short. Short. We attack Count Rajda tonight, take all the treasures, and then flee abroad. Only during wartime can our plan succeed. This plan is inferior, something Tulpicano would do. But still, the risk is too high. Although it's just a small city, there are 500 regular soldiers in the city, and we only have 100 people. So we will just abandon most people tomorrow night, while taking the treasure and fleeing by ourselves. Ourselves. Let the abandoned ones deal with the trouble, there is no need to win. But all the abandoned people will die. I know. But we are slaves, we can only obey master's orders. We must do this if we ever want to be liberated. Quentin shouted loudly and punched the table. Sorry, I was wrong. We just need to obey the orders. After this we will be liberated and everything will be over. Goldo sighed and he gave up arguing. They kept silent for a while. The party outside was annoying and they could hear it clearly. Life is not perfect all the time. I used to believe that I can do better. Oh yeah. Hey, Quentin. What are you going to do after rebellion? What can I do? After all, I'm broke, I can only earn money from the arena. So, I am going back to the country. Then I'm planning to open a dojo. Dojo, you are. Quinton stared at Goldo's face from the side. I can finally see my limits. I've always been aiming for the pinnacle. I believed that if I never lost, I would stand on the top someday. But maybe it's just impossible. Goldo, so you've been trying not to lose, huh? Goldo squinted with a lonely smile. But people like me at least have something. That's my eyes, my ability to see through people's strength. This is what I still have left. With this I'm planning to find and cultivate some talents. See through their talent and guide them. Sounds nice, right? Yeah, it does sound pretty nice. Quentin showed him a soft smile. One day, I will train a disciple who can surpass Shadow. Then I will entrust my dreams and unfulfilled desires to him. Quentin, do you want to join me? Goldo blushed and scratched his face. Who? Quentin laughed. Give me some wine. Goldo repoured the amber whiskey into his glass and handed it to Quentin. Quentin drank it all at once. Cough. He swallowed the wine. This wine is really strong, it's my first time drinking such a strong wine. It is called whiskey. It is said to be made by using a new technology called distillation. It's very fragrant. Quentin handed out the cup silently. After Goldo poured the wine again, Quentin slowly and succinctly tasted it by his tongue, then he said, "Oh, it's really good. After all, it is a high-price wine. So, the wine did its best. Oh yeah. Do you think that I can teach others someday? It's so funny. The tent where they were in lit up until very late. Chapter 170, Mob Characters Field Trip. I enjoyed the refreshing morning air as I walked out of the tent. There still were some traces left over from the last night's banquet. I really didn't expect a banquet for the newcomers. Newcomers. Various meats, wine, and desserts were prepared for us, and we ate as much as we liked. Everyone was in high spirits. I also did secretly flatter Quentin as well. You've woken up, young boy. Ah. The ajizan, a word used to address a middle-aged man in Japan, who came from countryside, approached me. I nodded to greet him. Today the mission will begin. Check your equipment carefully. Ah, that's true. The way of starting sentences with "ah" was my way of acting like a mob character. In fact, I was lent a second-handed leather armor and a spear, because I didn't have any. Well, there was no other choice for me than to accept. The leather armor was light and thin, so it shouldn't obstruct my movements. It's fine for me as long as it doesn't do that, but if someone really asked me if it could protect me, I'm not really sure. The spear I've got was a very common one. And the sword can be wielded by anyone, you don't need any real abilities to stab the enemy in the chest. It matched my mob character's status, so I was quite satisfied. When I equipped the whole set, I looked like a perfect mob character. This armor suits you well, doesn't it? Ah, no. Come on, boy. Ah, thank you very much. The Ajizan from countryside and the other guy who mortgaged his wife struck up a conversation with me. Although they were armed with almost the same weapons as I was, they looked more like brigands than soldiers. But it was said that they were decent people, which surprised me. Well, if we are in danger, we will protect you, just rest assured. If you are tired, I can carry the luggage for you. I may not look like a strong man, but I'm actually the strongest person in my village. If you get in trouble, just tell me. I once punched a boar so hard that I sent it flying. These Ajizans showed off their muscles they felt proud of. They were somewhat strict while kind and gentle. It seemed that yesterday, all three of them decided to group up with me. We would act together as a four-member team from now on. Ah, thank you very much. Let me massage your shoulders to repay you. Oh, really? Actually, I really get stiff shoulders. Great. Now I can become the mob character who flatters people and massage their shoulders. In fact, I'd noticed that they had somewhat stiff shoulders at a glance. I was quite good at massage. I thought highly of my knowledge of the human body. Since I knew how to destroy a man, then naturally I should know how to treat him. I touched the shoulder of Ajizan sitting there, and checked his bones and muscles. The reason for this seemed to be that the muscles around his shoulder blades were too stiff and his spine was somewhat distorted. I used my wrist strength to massage his shoulders and relax his muscles. My wrist strength was limited, so I secretly injected magic to further relax his tendons and adjust his spine and shoulder blades. Well done. That's awesome. My shoulders are as light as feathers. Oh, what's going on? Ajazan smiled and shook his shoulders. Well, I didn't waste my efforts to practice massage skills on my sister and Alpha. Oh, really? Actually, my neck is also hurting. I feel pain in my waist recently. Could you help me with that? Just leave it to me. I also massaged the remaining 2 Ajasans. Maybe being a plastic surgeon or a masser was a better choice for me. Powers in the shadows were also very proficient in medical care. Wow. It seems like I'm flying in the sky. Now even if 100 people will fight against me together, they won't be my match. Their happiness was the most important thing. It was said that humans were such creatures, when one made others feel happy, that person would also feel happy. Happiness was contagious. Contagious. It turned out that indirect happiness seemed to be better for me. We are setting out. Now gather in 4 rows. Quinton issued the order. Then, our march began. We had only one 1-hour break at noon, and then we kept on walking until the sun set. Although everyone had more physical strength than modern Japanese, it was still too hard. Because of the luxurious banquet, I had thought that the work was easy. But actually the work had been laborious from the first day. No, a mob character just needed to follow the orders. Don't defy orders and comply with them, this was the rule every mob character should follow. But I also saw fatigue from the faces of people around me. Night was falling. We seemed to have entered the forest. I wouldn't really be surprised if we left someone behind. Did we just walk 50 kilometers today? But it turns out that no one fell behind today, after that arduous march. I guess it's because the morale is really high in the troop. We talked a lot about high-stake gambling at the banquet yesterday. Goldo gathered up the people who hadn't received any professional training to form this troop. Our only advantage was high morale. However, even if our morale was high, it had a limit. Although it was important to have a drive to do anything, you wouldn't get anything done if you only had a drive. Just as I was considering, the march stopped. Smother the flames from now on. Don't make too much noise. Goldo stepped forward after giving instructions. Instructions. The bright moon tonight was a big help. The moonlight streamed in through leaves. With the help of the faint light, we kept marching forward in the forest for a while. We will take a short break here. Everyone sighed wearily out of relaxation, nearly falling onto the ground. However, don't make any noise. Don't whisper. Don't light a fire. But Mr. Goldo, if we don't light a fire, we can't cook. Don't eat tonight. Are now in the neighborhood of the Rajda Count's territory. We will raid the city at night when the dwellers have fallen asleep. Although everyone kept silent, a tense atmosphere spread. Don't worry, I can understand your uneasiness, but we will win this battle anyway. In order to reassure us, Goldo told us the details of his battle plan with a smile on his face. Chapter 171, 3 Adjacents. Goldo's strategy was: from the beginning we split up into two forces. The first was in charge of diversion whilst the second one had a mission of capturing the Count of Rajda and forcing him to surrender. The second team consisted of around 10 elites, including Goldo and Quinton. The rest of was included in the first team. Our job was to create turmoil and buy time. Time. As long as there was enough time, the second team could win this fight for us. Or at least it was supposed to be so. We've got a map of the city thanks to enemies' negligence, so the battle should end fast. There are only about 100 enemy soldiers, so the battle shouldn't get very heated. They told us so repeatedly to assure us so it should be the truth. If we win this battle, it looks like we will become heroes. It was said that Count Rajda had stolen some secret weapon after betraying the royalists. If the weapon fell into the hands of Doem faction, the entire Royalists faction would be in trouble. The secret team's task was also to protect that secret weapon. The moment we complete the mission and regain the secret weapon is the moment when we become heroes for the Royalists. That's why Goldo gave our troop a new name after some discussion. Vow of Black Rose. This became the official name of our troop. Black standing for night attack, and the symbol of Oriana. Rose. From tomorrow onwards we will become legends known as Vow of Black Rose. It seemed to like that. Although we were not really clear about that part, we thought the name was cool enough for us. Therefore our fatigue was washed away. Everyone felt refreshed and full of energy. Our eyes were full of determination. Both the distraction and the secret team approached the city. The sounds of our footsteps on the snow echoed through the silent night. The three Ajasans looked very serious. Noticing that I was looking at them, they laughed fearlessly. Our troops' morale was sky high. Because of it, it felt like our victory was sure. Even though our combat power was 0. Whilst we were approaching the Rajda Count's castle, I used my magic power to secretly scout it out. To my surprise, our situation was terrible. There are over 500 enemies in the castle. It's bad news. Enemy number was more than 500. Goldo said there was only around 100 enemy soldiers. There might be trouble. We were definitely going to lose. What would a mob character do in this situation? I looked at the three Ajasans. Should I stare at the castle resolutely just like they did? No, I shouldn't. That was what a mob character should do. However, I had to consider what to do as a power in the shadows. Considering the whole situation from the perspective of a power in the shadows, every side of the conflict could be called characters in a story, but mob characters were like audience. In other words, my theory was that my existence as a power in the shadows would be more definite in the eyes of mobs, so I decided to play a mob character to the end. Whether it was true remained uncertain, but the existence of powers in the shadows would be increasingly clear from now on. Considering this, I would play as a mob character to challenge the battle. I would receive the answer while fighting against the enemy. Hidden in the darkness, we walked towards the city for a while. It was a small castle. If there were only 100 enemies, we would win and bask in glory thanks to attacking them by surprise. That is to say, we had little to no chance to win. In this situation, what would a mob character do? What would a power in the shadows do? As for mob characters like us, the battle had begun since Traitor opened the city gate. It could be claimed that the raid launched by Vow of Black Rose was successful. We rushed into the city, like an avalanche, and suppressed the completely enemy soldiers. We killed the soldiers around the city gate and then headed towards the center of the city. Enemy attack. Relying on our numerical superiority, the enemy soldiers in 2s or 3s was easily crushed. Haha. Fortunately, I quit my job. I'm so strong. Aura. More comfortable than farming. Whoop. I'm so powerful. My wife is waiting for me at the pawn shop. Because of the 3 adjacents, unconsciously I came closer to the front line. During the so-called battle between armies, once one party had an advantage, the other party would be overwhelmed. It was very difficult to resist one army and shake its morale with individual strength, excluding some magic swordsmen. Thanks to the successful surprise attack, our morale boomed, which made our new rookies fight with full strength, as they lacked professional training and fought based on morale. Seeing our momentum made me believe for just a short moment that we could succeed. But that thought only flashed for a short while. I felt that the enemy's front had finally gathered up. Maybe we should be more cautious. Feeling the might of the enemies in front of us, I tried to advise them, but haha. Aura. 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 Whoop. Nobody listened to me. This way, our troops flooded into the central square of the city, where they were surrounded by an enemy troop with a completely new perspective. This is your end, vermin. Now, the tables have turned on us. The enemy was superior in all aspects. Enemy number and their proficiency was far above us. Even if our momentum was strong, momentum is always going to finally die out sometime, and this should be the moment. Haha. We are the vow of Black Rose. Aura. 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 Make way for heroes. Whoop. Assault. Eh? Really? The three Ajasans had rushed out, followed by others. That's how the true fight started. Chapter 172, Vow of Black Rose. Vow of Black Rose had an air as if we were going to destroy the enemy's vanguard and break through their defenses. If this was to happen in my original world instead of this one, it could happen. Our troop from Vow of Black Rose, led by three Ajasans, had such a huge momentum. But it wasn't my original world. Unfortunately for us, this world has something unreasonable. That's right, the magic swordsman. Haha. Oh. What's wrong with you guys? Aura. 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 What? You stopped my spear. Whoop. Oh. I'm getting suppressed. The magic swordsmen that were positioned in front of the three Ajasans completely killed our momentum. Ordinary people couldn't possibly win against magic swordsmen. This was the common sense known to everyone here. Only magic swordsmen could fight against each other. However, it was unfortunate that there was no magic swordsman in the feint team. Magic swordsmen were all assigned to the secret team. After the leading three were stopped, everyone soon followed in their footsteps. The momentum of the Vow of Black Rose was completely stopped in its tracks. For a troop consisting of laymen like us, there would be only one ending if our momentum disappeared. Besiege and destroy them. The commander of the enemy soldiers gave an order. His voice resounded through the battlefield. Slaughter was about to begin. The enemy soldiers, divided into left and right side, marched to surround the vow of black rose that went deep into the square. To come straight to the point, this was the end. It was not something like a flag has been set, but a situation in which failure was sure. I had studied military strategy and tactics. Although I mainly learned about 1v1 and 1v many battles, I also learned a little about many vs many battles. Battles. Even with my superficial knowledge of strategy, I could understand the current situation. A small troop is being surrounded by a much bigger one. There was no chance for us to win or escape. Now, I could only wait to be slaughtered. The short life of a mob character was about to end. This was the war from the perspective of a mob character. Damn it, what a powerful strength. Is this a swordsman? Oh, this is a one-sided war. I can't do anything. If I had more power, then. This was the reality of being incompetent. Even if a mob character did his best here, the ending would not change. This is the mob character. It's too unreasonable, I thought. A lot of mob characters survived, but I feel cheated. In other words, if I eliminated this unreasonable thing, could I become a power in the shadows in the eyes of mob characters? So, let's try it right away. This was also a challenge for me. It was an unprecedented attempt. I hid all traces of my existence, and hid in vow of black rose, releasing the refined magic into the night sky. Due to the team's name, Vow of Black Rose, I used the pattern of the black rose. The alarming waves of magic has caught everyone's attention. Everyone just stopped in their tracks and looked at the dark sky. What happened? What's that? There is something in the sky. Is that thing a little darker than the sky? A rose. A tremendous black rose blossomed in the sky. Black rose glowed slightly due to the magical power, which demonstrated its existence whilst bathed in the moonlight. It was so beautiful that everyone could get lost in its beauty. But at the same time, everyone felt an enormous pressure coming off of it. The black rose, in fairy tales, that. Is it that black rose? Rose. In Oriana, it's well known in Oriana, the symbol of the empire, the black rose in the legend. The petals of the tremendous black rose gradually expanded. Then it suddenly broke into pieces and drifted down towards the ground. Beautiful pieces of the rose fell down to the ground and finally landed on the right hands of the Vow of Black Rose members. That petal left a black mark on everyone's hands that looked as if it was carved directly into their hands. The shape of that black mark was exactly a piece of beautiful rose petals. Petals. Does it mean I'm selected by the black rose? I couldn't even get on with my job. I escaped there and abandoned myself. Myself. Why? Why me? I'm here for money, not for the country. I'm rubbish. I mortgaged my wife. Ah. Black Rose. Will you give strength to such a person like me? The black mark on their right hands flashed intensely as if it was responding to their words. The next moment, an incredible power emanated from the marks. What, is it the power of the Black Rose? If such a person like me was also qualified to fight, the power, I will fight for my country. What a great power it is. Black Rose, could I also do something for my country? I know. If so, a loser like me has another chance to it again. Thank you very much. All of them raised their weapons in their right hands at the same time. The brave and beautiful gesture was their way of making an oath to the Black Rose. How's that possible? Is it really Black Rose? Frightened expressions emerged on Rajda Count's soldiers' faces. The Black Rose was the symbol of Oriana, justice. Haha. We are the Vow of Black Rose. In the name of the Black Rose, we should impose justice on the rebels.